You're fighting a war you were never meant to win. Every morning, you tell yourself that today will be different. Today you'll eat less, move more, be more disciplined. By nightfall, the promises are broken again. You've experimented with every plan: keto, paleo, intermittent fasting, calorie tracking, meal prep routines, Weight Watchers, cabbage soup cleanses, and still you feel stuck. The scale climbs. Your energy drops. Frustration grows. Here's the truth. No one explains clearly. You are not the problem. The issue is that you're battling your own biology instead of cooperating with it. Long ago, in a quiet farming village, in feudal Japan, there lived an old man the villagers simply called grandfather. He was 90 years old and stronger than men half his age. Each dawn, he walked miles to his rice fields, worked steadily until noon, returned home for a simple meal, and then walked back again. He did this daily without complaint. He ate plain white rice at nearly every meal, no special superfoods, no supplements. He never counted calories. He never entered a gym. He had never heard of protein powders or treadmills, yet he remained lean, capable, and vigorous well into his hundreds. His strength did not come from extreme discipline. It came from simple customs handed down through generations, habits so ordinary that no one considered them health strategies. They were simply the natural rhythm of life. Modern research now confirms that these old customs support longevity, reduce chronic illness, and help maintain a healthy weight. But they do not depend on harsh restriction. They succeed because they match the way the human body is designed to function. This understanding reached a young villager who struggled deeply. He was tired all the time. His body felt heavy. He worked beside others in the fields, yet while they moved freely, he felt slow and strained. Over several years, weight had gradually accumulated, his clothing tightened, his confidence faded. What troubled him most was confusion. He ate the same foods as everyone else: rice, vegetables, fish. Why was he the only one suffering? One afternoon, exhausted and discouraged, he sat beside the village well. The old man approached him and asked gently, "Why do you look defeated?" "I'm always worn out," the young man admitted. "Something must be wrong with me." "Nothing is wrong with you," the elder replied. "You simply haven't learned how to live in balance yet." The old man asked him to describe his evening meals. The young man explained that he filled his bowl, ate until he felt completely full, sometimes even uncomfortably so, then rested afterward because he felt sleepy and heavy. The elder smiled knowingly. "Have you noticed that sometimes you feel satisfied when you stop eating but later feel stuffed?" The young man nodded. It happened often. "There is a delay between the stomach and the brain," the elder explained. "It takes time for fullness to register. If you eat until you feel completely full, you have already eaten more than your body requires." He then shared a phrase practiced in the southern islands of Japan: "Hara Hachi Bu, until you are about 80% satisfied." Not starving, not stuffed, simply content. The young man was doubtful at first, but he tried. He slowed his pace, paid attention to the signals of his body. When he felt gently satisfied, he stopped and waited. Within minutes, that mild hunger transformed into comfort. For the first time in years, he finished a meal without heaviness. The lessons continued. The elder explained that movement should not be something forced or separated from life. It should be woven into daily routines. Walking to fields, visiting neighbors, tending gardens, these small, consistent motions keep the body strong without extreme effort. "Health," he said, "fades when convenience replaces movement." Next came the structure of meals. Instead of piling food into one large bowl, the elder served several small dishes: soup, vegetables, fish, rice, pickles. Each item had its own place. The variety satisfied the senses. The portions were modest, yet the meal felt abundant. The young man realized that presentation influences perception. When food is divided into smaller servings, the mind experiences completeness with less quantity. Vegetables became central rather than secondary. The elder prepared them carefully simmered with seasoning, lightly pickled, roasted until naturally sweet. When vegetables are flavorful, Eating more of them feels enjoyable, not forced. Filling the stomach with fiber-rich plants leaves less space for heavier foods while still bringing satisfaction. The elder also spoke about timing. Large meals, eaten late in the evening, burden the body before rest. It is wiser to eat more when energy is needed during the day and less when preparing for sleep. After adjusting his schedule, the young man noticed deeper rest and lighter mornings. Another subtle insight involved dish size. Smaller bowls create a sense of fullness visually. People tend to consume whatever portion sits before them. By simply reducing the size of the container, the total intake decreases naturally, without feelings of deprivation. Months passed. Changes were gradual, but steady. The young man did not transform overnight. He did not suffer through extreme restriction. He simply adjusted one habit at a time. His weight slowly decreased. His stamina improved. Most importantly, the internal struggle quieted. One evening, he asked the elder, "What is the single secret?" The elder shook his head. "There is no single key. His habits strengthen one another. Together they form a strong cord. Alone, they are fragile." He added something even more important. True power comes from harmony, not force. When you try to overpower your hunger with strict control, you eventually lose. When you cooperate with your body's signals, there is no conflict. The young man finally understood. He had been trying to conquer himself, but you cannot triumph over your own nature. Years later, he became a guide to others. He did not preach rigid rules. Instead, he shared simple practices. Eat until comfortably satisfied, not stuffed. Move consistently throughout the day. Serve meals in smaller portions with variety. Make vegetables the foundation of your plate. Eat earlier in the evening. Improve, little by little, small refinements practiced daily. These were not temporary fixes. They were patterns of living. Your body is not your opponent. It has been waiting for you to listen instead of fight. When you stop waging war against yourself and begin working in alignment with your natural design, change happens quietly, steadily, and sustainably.